Because there's a predictable process that we go through when we're scaling our business. We've got the startup phase, when we're going 0 to 10K months. We've got the valley of death, where most people get stuck, 10 to 20K months, where you just need to be able to learn how to master the skill of client acquisition, getting leads and getting sales. Then it's mastering the skill of doing that in an automated way. Funnels. How do we do that in an automated way? Then it's enhancing that to be able to get a better return on every single launch that we do, on every single funnel that we have, by building out the intellectual property, by developing our brand, so that we can go from that 50 to 100K month. Most people get stuck there because they're too busy focused on growing at that point. That can be a hyper profitable business, but most people don't see it as that. So when we're looking at Michael there previously, he's in profit zone 1. If he falls into the trap like most people of going, okay, cool, all right, we're doing 40K month Australian, let's go for our first 7-figure year, what happens? He creates a high stress business. That was where the business was. That was why that it had high team members, high costs, low profit. It's a much better business to be doing 40K a month on payment plans with 2 team members. That's a much better business. But most people fall into that trap of, oh, okay, I'm got a foundation level of success, let's hit the gas, rather than stabilizing. Then we look at team and finances. How are we managing the money? What are the team members? Once we get above 100K months, then we're looking at that profit zone number 2. That's when we start to look at operations and systems. Most people that love operations and systems do that right from the start, which slows them down. It's like, let's build out an SOP for everything. It's like, well, no. Then we look at that highest zone, which is the hyper stress zone, which is $250 to $1 million a month. Again, why? Because people recognize they've got a foundation level of success and they're like, all right, we've done $1 million. We've done $1 million a year. Let's hit the gas and go to 10. It's like, well, no, that's not really how it works. Yes, you can go and bridge that gap, but typically it's $1 to $3 million and then stabilize at 3. Then you can go for your $1 million a month or $10 million. Make sense? This plays out with our offers as well. Typically when people start, they've got a one-on-one offer, could be 10, 20, 30K, whatever it is, and a mid-ticket could be like a 3K kind of event or a 5K event. That's where it starts. And we add layers on top of that. We have a mid-ticket then a high-ticket group, and then an event. We start selling events, and a high-ticket rolling subscription. And then our lifestyle offer empire. We're going to reverse engineer that as we start to move through. Everyone got their photos before I move on? What's going on here? There's certain things that we're focusing on growing and learning the skill of as we move through. It's different. We need to master the skill of acquiring clients, client acquisition. We need to master the skill of growing our audience, not just our social media audience, the audience of our customers, the people that have paid us a low amount of money. That we need to be able to master with intellectual property and branding, people seeing us as the person. They're the authority in that thing. They created that. Cody created holographics. He's the guy. Then we start to look at automation. How do we start to automate all of these things? I was on a call with someone yesterday and they're like, all right, well, I've just got to optimize my onboarding. How much money are you making a month? $5,000. Okay, no. Will that make you more money? No. Great. We're over here. It's very simple. More leads, more sales. Focus on that. It's the curse of the business owner. The curse of the business owner is you see something that's broken and you go, I'm going to fix it. Not actually going, will this actually move the needle? Or is this just a distraction? Business owners go to fix all of the things. This is me. This is my entire journey. I go and create this huge elaborate system. You know, Lewis is the only one that was around when we were using dashboards all the time. You know, I put 3 years into building out this dashboard to be able to help all of our clients. And then you get to the end point and you're like, well, does that actually get more people in? No. Well, we don't use them anymore. Because you go down the big long process of building out this thing, and you're even going down the path of turning it into software because it's going to be the thing that's going to change the entire industry, right? It's going to enhance everything, and then you get down that path and you're like, oh, maybe not. Maybe eat your own medicine, you dickhead. Yeah, someone has to. I've done many of these things. Yep.
Launching my app on the first 6 months.
Yeah. People, again, all of these things work, but they typically work when you're like over here. Automation starts to pay off then. Then it's about autonomy. Once you're getting above 250K a month, it's about how do you create autonomy within the team? How do you remove the need for you and your management and your leadership? But people expect that from team members when they're down here. They're like, oh, they need to be able to do it all on their own. It's like, well, if they were an A player, then you'd need to be paying them A player prices, but you're probably paying them hourly or a set amount. So this is business. It's predictable. It's predictable the things that you're going to go through. Just one sec. It's predictable in the phases that we go through. We also have one of these for what the team members are, the team members that you hire at different points. We're not going to go into that today. Just a reminder, you're probably going to hear a baby crying at certain points. That's what happens. It's not me this time crying. That was the last business intensive. The phases are predictable. Your journey through those phases will be unique. Sometimes we're focusing on a little bit of IP, building out models, even though you're down here. It's a longer term play. Because if we can do that, then we can actually optimize the lead and sale process. And it's also, how do we optimize this? How do we optimize this?